What's up? Jason here. We're going to talk about some piano stuff today. It's a piano / music theory lesson. Okay. Going to talk about C major. All right. So first, I'm going to talk about the notes in C major. We're going to go into the C major chord. We're going to talk about the C major arpeggio, and then the 1-4-5 progression in the key of C. All right, because the 1-4-5 progression is the most popular progression in all kinds of music. Sometimes referred to as a blues, but it existed way before blues. I mean, classical music, everything, and it's in all kinds of music today. So, first, in the key of C, think of it with any key. There's going to be individual. Each note gets a number assigned to it, right? So if the C is our key, obviously C is our 1, right? And then each note after that goes up by 1. So I wrote this out. Check this out. So if C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and C rounds out our octave at 8. All right, so those are all just white keys in the key of C. There's no sharps and flats. All right, that's why we start with C. Keep it simple. So once we know the numbers, then we can talk about which notes we're going to use to make chords, right? So all major chords are built from 1, 3, and 5 of a given key. So if you're in C, right? So C is our 1. C is 1. Then E is 3. And 5 is G. Now, a major chord, you could play right hand, left hand. You could play both hands together. All right. It's a happy, uplifting sound. Right? That's a major sound as opposed to minor, which we'll get into probably in the next lesson. All right, so this is what C major, what are we doing here? This is what C major looks like. Okay, so when we're playing C, E, and G together, that's C major. And you could play it this way, here. But yeah, we'll just play root. This is called root position. So we'll just if you're practicing this chord, try it with the right hand in root position, C, E, and G. And then the left hand. Okay, and while I got the phone here. Now 1-3-5 also spells out our arpeggio. Okay, which in C major, 1, 3, and 5 is C, E, and G, but check it out. So now instead of like a chord, right? Chord means we're playing these notes, multiple notes at the same time. Arpeggio is spelling out those notes. Okay, so we're using those notes, but we're going. Okay, and then can't see what I'm doing, holding the phone here. So you could practice arpeggios in the key of C. Let's see if we set this up. You could play them right hand, left hand together. So that's the C major arpeggio. And I wanted to talk about the 1-4-5 progression. Okay, so using those numbers, right? So we talked about the numbers that's in C major chord, C major scale. We'll make a progression out of the first, the fourth, and the fifth notes in that scale. So, and this is going to be C, F, and G. So, well, I'll show you how to make a chord of, we have our C major chord, then we'll do an F chord, then a G chord, and then back to C. Okay? So then you can add some rhythm to it. And then you could like play notes from the C scale in the right hand. Maybe add some of those arpeggios. Or spell out that F chord. Okay, so I'll show you those chords I'm playing in the left hand. The left hand, I'm starting on C major. So we know that chord, right? Now we're going to F. So that's the 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4th note there. So this is going to be the F chord we play. See that? My pinky stays on C. I'm going to slide the E, right? I'm playing this chord, slide E to F. And my thumb goes from G to A. So that's the F chord. Now to play a G, slide all these notes over one to the right. Okay, so we're going from here to here. Sorry. And then back to 1. And that's our progression. That's a C major, 1-4-5. 1, 4, 5, boom. The main things to practice here are to become familiar with the notes of C major. It's good to know that, C is our only key that's all white keys. There's no sharps and flats in C. You know how to play a C major scale is when you play 1, 3, and 5 together. The arpeggio is when you do one at a time, basically. When you go up, you have to go in order. Okay, and then we make music out of it with the progression. So learn this with your left hand. Okay, and then we'll talk about melodies, right hand melodies in the next lesson. All right, good luck.